Oh, technology issues. Never fun, but it's the way things are. Oh, I hope some people show up. Dealing with so many technology issues, it's insane. Yeah, I just need to take things to the computer shop and have them taken care of. I hope to see some folks in here. Um, if I don't within the next 10 minutes, then I'm going to go ahead and log out. But I would much rather do this. Took off work today for it. So I'm working to get an entire guest list together for Talking Tolkien. I'm getting there, so hopefully that'll be back. But in the meantime, this is. In the meantime, I'd like to share some books with you. If I've read them, I will share what information I know. If I've not read them, we can have an adventure together. Yeah, so I'm soliciting suggestions. If you're watching this a bit later, go ahead and put it down in the comments and let me know. Because if nobody comes in for this live stream, I'm probably going to release it in about a day. Just disappointing, but I understand there's some much bigger ones. That's why I normally don't shoot on Wednesday. I try and keep it to Monday afternoon because at least none of the content creators that I know are putting up live streams on Monday afternoon. Uh, so there's that. Gosh, I could use a shave. What have I been reading lately? It is called Loud Fast Words. It's Dave Pirner taking the entire Soul Asylum discography and breaking down the writing process for every song and what he meant by it, and then posts the lyrics, and that's for every album. So I'm really enjoying that, but I'd like to get back into some fiction. Um, so if you have any suggestions, please leave them here. As I said, if it's something that I have read already, I'll reread it and go over it with what insights I have. And if it's something I've not read already, I will read it probably about a chapter or two a week and give my insights about that. So someone else is here. They're hiding in the shadows. Bear Island Josh. Rawr. How are you doing, sir? Yeah, it's hit or miss right now in this as you said, trying times. Uh, I'm actually quite unhappy with the job I have right now. So I have an interview tomorrow. Also, here in a couple of weeks, I start my online courses, so I'm pretty excited about that. Taking online courses in programming, which I think will work very well for me. I can essentially, once I finish my Lady Starfall, once I finish all my classes, um, nice thing about programming is I can essentially do it at any time of day. And from what I've been told, generally it pays by the job, not by the hour. But a lot of times I can work from home. I can do it in the middle of the night. It's going to take a while, but I do eventually need to get out of the restaurant industry just because it's pretty physically demanding on me. Yeah, by the end of the day, I'm just exhausted. Got Lady Starfall here. Hello. Thanks for popping in. Peter Griffin. Always good to see you. If either of you have any book suggestions of things that you'd like for me to read, please let me know. Let's see, Daryl and Josh have been reading the Malazan book of the Fallen series. Uh, no, I've not checked that out. Lady Starfall, I've read Smokescreen Video's book Crimson Gods. No, I've not. Broken Earth trilogy by N.K. Jameson. Jemis, Jemison? No. Peter Griffin just finished Silent Patient because the missus bought it. Did she buy it for you, or did she buy it and you just like grabbed it and ran? Well, that's kind of you. I always like when people get me books. Um, most of mine are still in storage from my move. One of my, actually, two of my roommates are getting asked to leave. So soon I will be moving across the hall, have a little more space. I will be getting at least some of my books out of storage. Probably not all of them. There are quite a few, and even though it's a bigger room, I'll still be confined to one room. And until I'm living in a place where I own the entire apartment, or at least I'm running the entire apartment and in charge of it, and don't have any roommates at all, I'm probably not going to get them all moved. Farrell and Josh, a couple of months ago, I reread Anne McCaffrey's Dragon Song trilogy. Excellent books. Yeah, I like Anne McCaffrey. Um, I have nothing poor to say about her. I just find some of her books to be a little less moving than I would like for them to be. Um, Not that I don't care for them. It's kind of like watching a show that you enjoy, but it's not life changing or anything like that. My personal feeling. But yes, I do like a lot of her work. There's just a point where I feel there's a bit of thematic redundancy to it. If you really get into her work and read quite a few of her books, it it's kind of the same story told with different values. I they're enjoyable, but I don't think they add much new to the table. I have not read any of the Expanse books. Um, I am certainly interested, but no, I've not. Um, can't disagree with you about the redundancy. Yeah, it's you hit a point where you're like, it's the same thing. It's like, weirdo meets weirdo and falls in love, and they save something. In my opinion, the Expanse books are some of the very finest sci-fi ever written. I've heard that from a number of people. Um, so that is definitely going on my list. By the way, I'll go back through all the comments later, uh, or all the chat later, and write any suggestions that you folks have put up here down. Also, if you're watching this afterwards, please put it in the comment section. While you're down there, if you want to be kind enough, like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Um, that happy stuff. Should have a new music makes people come together video coming up on Friday. I plan to record it tomorrow after I get off of work. So I'm looking forward to that. If you have not, certainly please be kind enough to go to my channel and check out the past few that I've put up since I got back online. I'm dealing with some tech issues right now still. YouTube has completely changed a number of things, but I'm working on learning them. Also, it's definitely going back to the store within the next couple of days because very unhappy with this camera. The picture quality is not very good, and it fades to this weird blue every once in a while. So, it's just getting things moving again, which always takes some time. But I love sharing music and I love sharing literature, and I want to do just so with all of you. Lady Starfall, how's Johnny B. Crazy? He's doing well. He's working a lot. Um, he is in good enough health that he can work in his field, which happens to be construction. Um, he's been doing that a lot, just keeping his nose to the grindstone, not really doing much of anything. At least currently, he has no desire to put any content out, which I can understand. Uh, if everything works out right, then late summer, early fall, I'm going to drive down to Alabama and visit with him for about a week. We're gonna pick him up. We're gonna get a campsite, uh, grab a rowboat right out there, turn off our phones, and fish and drink for 3 or 4 days, which is a something I don't participate in as often as I would like to, and as much as I used to. But I have a pretty busy schedule. Lady Starfall, I will give them the cards. Beryl and Josh. After the first couple of books, you'll start to see the meta story, and it's mind blowing. You're really selling me on this. Good question, Peter Griffin. How many are there? How many books are in that series? Because I know little to nothing about it, so any information is good information. I'd have to check, but I want to say 9. It's a completed series, but he and another guy have written side books. Yeah, it when you start getting into side books and things like that, it's really convoluted. And then you get into the whole what's canon, what's not canon, and some people are very passionate one way or the other for a certain piece of media, whereas I like to give it my thoughts and just share it. 12 of the courses. 12 books, which I can do, but if I'm going to discuss them, it's going to take quite some time. That's quite a bit of dedication. Josh, are you gonna put a ring on it? Because uh, you're asking for quite a commitment. It's 12 books. Lady Starfall, what are my thoughts on the Fire and Blood series? Uh, I'm going into it with an open mind. I try and go into everything with an open mind, even if I'm somewhat skeptical about it. I try and go into everything with an open mind and see what the creators can do, especially when it's an adaptation. One always has to take into consideration that adapting something to the silver screen or the small screen, certain things need to get changed. Adapting things to books, certain things need to get changed. Uh, just adapting between different media. Uh, some things work and other things don't. I would say I am guardedly excited about it. I don't want to give a Schiller hater opinion on a show that hasn't even started. Yeah, no. And that's just the way I view things. I follow a lot of different media, and some people who have never because something hasn't been created yet, they opine to the nth extent, one way or the other, about how great it is or how awful it is or whatever, and it's like you haven't even watched one episode, so I try to avoid that. Reread of Wheel of Time. You need to take like a week off of work for that. And Robert Jordan's one of those authors that what I really like, and what I don't care for, I really don't care for. And if they're done right, tropes are fine, but I think Wheel of Time uses far too many fantasy tropes. That's just my personal opinion. Um, and not bad by any means. Just once again predictable. Anything I recommend. Well, as I said, I'm actually reading some nonfiction right now. Good fictional piece, singular fictional piece. I mean, there are so many options out there. Right now, off and on, I've been reading a lot of Virginia Woolf. I highly recommend The Room. Uh, Virginia Woolf was a very different author for her time period than a lot of people were. And I quite enjoy her work. It's not everybody's cup of tea, though. I will give you that. Lady Starfall, enjoy. I hope you're making supper and not cleaning. I hate cleaning the kitchen. But please enjoy, and I hope to see you here again soon. As always, it's great to hear from you. Farrell and Josh gonna go play some disc golf. Please enjoy that. Um, my uncle and my brother are both really into that. I never really got into it. I've played a few times. I enjoyed myself, but not enough that I would go out of my way to do so on a regular basis or anything like that. That's just me. Um, so please enjoy. Peter Griffin played in college. I think he's talking about frisbee golf. You don't use putter in that; you just throw it. Try and get in a basket. Is the Anansi Boys series started? I thought I heard March 2022. Not to my knowledge. I'm actually going to start following things about what's going on the telly a lot more, and actually doing a video about once a week that just goes into what's going on. It'll be a short video, like 10 minutes, but this channel's about shared media, so I plan to do that relatively soon. Okay, there are different frequencies Easter is called. I was not aware of that. Tells you how often I play. But you have all given me some food for thought. I'm definitely going to take them into consideration. Also, anybody who's catching this later, please put uh, ideas and suggestions down in the comments. Uh, I'm going to go ahead and end this because I'm going to let you all go about your day. And I'm still having some tech issues. Check out that broken earth. Okay, I shall. But yeah, Peter, I definitely want to see a Nancy Voices series. Hopefully, they do what they did with Good Omens, and they set it out with the ending in mind, and do it as like an extended mini series almost. One of the things I really miss is in this day and age, a lot of times they'll release an entire season at once. And I personally like the anticipation of waiting for the next episode to come out a week later. As I'm sure you know, I'm a huge fan of Battlestar Galactica, and I watched that episodically. We actually, my roommate and I at the time, actually changed our work schedule so that we could watch it every Friday. And but episodic watching is great because you have like a week to talk to people about it and think back on it and so forth, and anticipate what's going to happen next. But I like shows that set out with an end in mind because otherwise you just have shows that go off the rails trying to come up with shit. And I personally don't find that enjoying. The worst examples or well, the best examples, the worst culprits are situation comedies. Because a lot of times, if something's successful, their plan is just to milk it until the cow's got no milk left. And that's why they fade out and usually have really shitty last seasons. Yeah, Peter, we still have a whole season almost to do. A lot of things happen in a lot of people's personal lives, and uh, that's what ended with it. But yeah, I would love to go back to doing that, and I'd certainly like to give an analysis. I'd also like to talk about Caprica, which is like a prequel, if you're not familiar, which if Battlestar is the West Wing in space, then Caprica is almost like Dallas in space. It's 60 years, I think, 50 years before Battlestar Galactica. So I'm going to go ahead and end this stream. Let you all enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you, those of you who popped in for the suggestions. And like I said, if you have any and you weren't able to make it live, leave them down in the comments. In the meantime, have a wonderful day. And be excellent to one another. PLUO. And party